What's good, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. OG Suicide. OG Suicide in the building. Let It Out Love One. June 25th, don't forget, Let It Out Love One live show, Club Bahia. Get your tickets. Get your meet and greet tickets. I got a special interview today. This one is very special to me. In the building, the one and only DamnHomie is in the building.
What up, guys? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for taking time out your busy day to come and sit down with me. Definitely. I appreciate that. My show is based on mental health, so I like to go into where you started, where you come from, before the success. Yeah. So I do know you're from Russia.
I was born in Moscow.
Moscow, Russia. Okay. Let's kind of go into your background. I'm a foster kid. I was abandoned as a kid when I was 18 months. And to my understanding, your mom left you.
Yeah, when I was 5.
When you were 5?
My mom decided she no longer wanted to be a mother and just, left.
Yeah? Just where were you left at?
I was in Russia. She came to America.
Okay.
So I was 5 years old. She left me with my father and my older sister, who wasn't even my father's. That was her daughter. So she left us with him, and he didn't want to separate us. Like any other man, I think at that time would have been like, that's not my kid, get rid of her.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to separate us because that was my sister. So he raised her, bought her a crib when she got older, put her through college. Like, he tried to do everything for her as if she was his real daughter.
Oh, wow.
And at the same time, you have to think about it. She was older when that happened, but I was 5 years old. So as a man, he didn't know what to do. He's like, how the fuck am I supposed to raise a daughter? How am I supposed to teach her how to be a woman?
Yes.
And
that's a woman's job.
Yeah. Like, because how my father, he raised me like a little boy. Like, he used to always take me to sports. He never had me do anything. Like, he never had me in gymnastics or dance. It was always like tennis, volleyball, soccer, like anything sporty.
Sports, yeah.
Because that's what he knew. He was just basically trying to raise me like a little boy. So I was always around guys. I was a tomboy my whole life. I only cared about sports. And, only older I got, where I started getting more girly, because I didn't have no one to teach me, like, how do you shave your legs? How do you do your hair? I had to learn all that by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say he did, the best he could.
He did a great job.
That's amazing. And then you came to America when you were, what, 10?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
He brought me and my grandmother, and I grew up in Brighton Beach. That's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right next to Coney Island. No one really knows what Brighton Beach is, so I always used to say Coney, because that's where I hung out my whole life anyway.
Okay.
And it was a very big culture shock, because over there, it's like I had so many friends. I had a great life, and then I come to America. I don't know the language. I don't know anyone. All the kids are mad mean. So I'm just like, fuck this. I want to go back home. I hated them at first.
They was mean to you?
Yeah, I got bullied a lot. I got bullied every day in school.
Because of your accent?
First, it was because I didn't know English. And then it's like, when I was younger, I was very quiet. Like, and anytime people me, I wouldn't talk. I would just get up and start fighting them.
Yeah? So you take off?
Yeah. So I got kicked out of pretty much every school I've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
But my father, he, kept finding new schools. And my father is my best friend. So thank God, he understood, kind of like what I was going through, and try to be my friend instead of just getting mad at me for it. So,
Yes. So when you were young and you were being bullied, then I'm sure that brought on depression.
Yeah, but at the same time, I looked at it like, this isn't gonna last forever. Like, you're in high school and you think, like, in middle school or high school, and you think like, wow, like, it's not even worth it. Like, bro, there's life beyond school. Trust me. Like, once you get out of school, like, all the people that used to make fun of me are now losers. Literally watching me, trying to DM me, like, trying to be my friend. All y'all and suck.
Remember you, huh?
Yeah.
Now they reaching out.
I could say that to any kid right now that's getting bullied. It's like, bro, anyone that's bullying you, I promise you, 10 years from now, they're gonna be on your
straight up.
Fuck them. It's not that serious. Like, trust me. Like, just finish school and go on with your life. There's life beyond school.
Okay.
So
then once you got out of let's say high school, then what was life? How was life for you?
Life.
You smiled. I like that smile.
Yeah. Now, the day I graduated high school, I'm thinking I graduate early, so I'm like, ooh, now I could smoke. Yeah, I'm very smart. I just like my father always used to show me notes from my teachers, and they would always say, it's like she fights a lot, but when she really puts her mind to something, she's very intelligent.
Okay.
It's just she has to actually be intrigued by what she's learning. So
Okay. It had to really have your attention. Whatever
Yeah.
had your attention, then you put your mind to it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but the day I graduate, I'm thinking now I'm gonna be chilling till I gotta go to school, till I gotta go to college and shit. And my father made me get a job at a diner as a hostess at El
Yeah.
Greco in Sheepshead Bay, and he just always liked me to have like jobs to remind me. Like he didn't just want to give me money all the time, and
Teach you to earn things.
yeah, because his thought was like, okay, what's the right way to raise a daughter? Because if I give her everything, then she's not gonna be impressed when some loser tries to take her to Puerto Rico or something. But at the same time, if you give her too much, she's not gonna want to work for it. And my
Yes.
father always wanted to have it in me where he'd say, your mother's a piece of shit, but one thing about her is she had that shit where if she wants something, she's
Yes.
gonna get it.
Yes.
And my father would say, "You think she got me by accident?" My mom made sure, like she saw my father, she saw a dollar sign. She was gonna do anything she had to get that man. And he's always
Wow.
wanted me deep down to have to. He's like, if you're gonna take anything from that lady, take that and have that type of ambition.
Okay.
So like growing up, I didn't even know how much money my dad had because he always gave me what I needed, not what I wanted.
Okay.
And he'd make me work any Jordans I wanted. It's like, okay, well, you got to get all A's for this whole semester. Then
You was getting amazed, huh?
everything, a car, I had to work for every little thing. And the thing is, I understood that I had a lot of friends growing up that didn't even have half the shit I did. So
Oh,
I
wow.
really, like appreciated it.
Okay.
And I'm glad he raised me that way to not take things for granted
Oh, okay.
like I would have.
That's good. Well, I mean, it made you a better person, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think my mother leaving is what made me a good person.
Okay.
Like
Have you talked to her since?
we spoke twice. I met her 10 years later after
Yeah?
in America, and she was just
Wow.
like acting crazy, getting drunk, trying to fight me, and I'm just like, who is this person? Like, because there's two types of people. I think there's the people that are like they've never met their mother. They're like they want to meet them, and it's like because they're just looking for that. I was never that.
Okay.
Like I was never looking for her. I was never looking for love. I was okay with her. Like when I was 5 years old
Yes.
and she left and my father was trying to tell me, it wasn't my fault. And I was like, bro, I'm good. I don't need her.
Okay.
Like when I was little, my dad said to me, I'll be your mom and your dad. And
Straight
ever
out.
since that day, he has been. So I've never longed for her. So when I did meet her, it was more like, I'm giving you a chance because you gave me birth. But at the end of the day, it's like, just because someone gives you birth, that don't make them your mother.
It really don't. Like I said, I was abandoned and placed in a foster home where I ended up being adopted. So
How old were you?
definitely, I was 18 months when that
Okay.
happened.
So
Yeah.
how old were you when you got adopted?
Like 2 years old.
2 years
Miss
old.
Price, yeah, because the house, Miss Price, who was my mother to me, will always be my mother.
Yeah, you see?
Because she the one loved me, and took care of me as a mother. I was 2 years old when she ended up adopting me, but when she first got me, I was like 18 months.
Yeah.
And then she went through the steps because my biological mother went back and got my brother out the system, but never came back and got me, which I'm glad because my life ended up better because of the love that Miss Price showed me. How old were you when you finally? Well, you said 10 years later. So how old were you when you met your mom? Like 20?
I was
You think
5. I was like 15,
15,
16.
16?
Around like
Okay.
15, 16. And yeah, it was just so crazy. But the thing is, I went through a lot because people will go like, I've had people's parents tell their kids not to be friends with me growing up because they're like, what kind of person doesn't speak to their own mother? Not knowing at the time my mother wasn't speaking to me because even
Yes.
through all the crazy shit she would do to me,
Yes.
I would still, anytime she wanted to, I would still give her a chance.
Wow.
And it was like, it's not like I don't speak to her, she don't speak to me. It's more like I allowed you to come back. And
Yes.
you chose to come back. And then I think some people are just like that. They're like, it's entertainment, but it's like, I'm bored again. What else is there? So
Wow. That's right. But you turned out better. like as far as the entertainment industry, how did you get into the entertainment industry?
My father pushed me to do it.
Is that right?
Yeah. I used to do real estate, and my father always said to me, like, I don't want you having a regular job. You're not normal. You're not a normal person. You're not meant to do that. And I would always say, but it's like too late. Like, because I already started doing something else. He's like, it's never too fucking late.
Never too late.
And because I think when he was younger, he wanted to be an actor really bad. And his father was like not playing that shit. And at the time, his father pushed him to go to college. And my dad, he's, I don't know how to say it in English. He basically makes factories that make metal for like airplanes, watches.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So he'll build a factory and then sell it off.
Okay.
And he does a lot of real estate, a lot of, but he saw my life go differently. Like, he thinks if you could be good at anything you do, why not try to do something in entertainment? Because entertainment's hard. Like, people try to get into it thinking, oh, I'm going to be an actor. That life's going to be easy. If y'all knew what it took to really do this, even to host a podcast,
yes,
a lot of work.
A lot of work.
So he pushed me because he felt like I had it in me to be able to do it. And
well, he knew.
Yeah,
he seen it, and look at you.
Thank
you
God.
know, what was your first thing you done?
Like how I got into it.
Yes.
I think, one day I was just hanging out with the weed man, and we did a skit in Coney Island, and that shit ended up going so viral.
Yeah?
It was the Let Me See Your Dick skit. But the reason I kept going is because I never wanted to do this. I never wanted to do, like comedy on Instagram or skits. It was more like I got thrown into it because now I'm famous for being the Let Me See Your Dick girl. Now I'm like, fuck, now I got to really do skits so that I'm no longer Let Me See Your Dick girl. I got to be just Maya or DamnHomie. So I had to work. And this shit was not easy.
Yes.
But 5 years later.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
That's tight. DamnHomie, where do you get that name from?
I've had this name before I did comedy. Like it was always my name. Like it's like anytime I tell a story, sometimes it'd be so crazy. The only thing you could really say is like, damn, homie. Yeah.
And it stuck with you.
Literally.
That's good.
Yeah. How'd you get your name?
I got my name. I was actually a suicide survivor.
Okay.
When I was 22, I actually shot myself in the head.
Oh, wow.
And God spared my life. And now I'm an activist, for suicide awareness and prevention. I learned, what I didn't know then, what I know now is what I teach. And that's why my podcast is so important and based on mental health, because people really go through things out here.
Everyone, I think everyone I've met so far,
yes,
we could all use a little therapy.
Yes.
I think we all, we've all been through things. And when you have real depression and anxiety, sometimes you feel like no one else is going through it, and everyone's going through it. It's just some people don't like to admit it, but we're all depressed, bro. We're all going through anxiety. It's just some people deal with it, differently.
Yes.
So just always make sure to remember, it's like I feel like we've all had times where we thought, life is over. It's like what's the point? But
yeah, like you're taking up space in the world.
But you're not.
You're definitely not.
It's crazy that you would think that way too, because look at now.
Yeah, for
you're
real.
here for a reason.
Definitely here for a reason. And I've talked many people off the ledge.
Exactly.
Over the years. And I was checking out your page too. Like, you powerful with them skits.
Thank you.
You don't be playing.
No.
You don't be playing at all. At all.
No.
In a day's time when you shoot your skits, how much time do you put in?
So if you're really serious about this, you put in. There's no 9 to 5. There's like a 6 to 6. It's like as soon as I wake up, the first thing I do is I do my hair and makeup.
Okay.
I shoot as long as I can. Like I try to do at least 10 skits a day.
Okay.
Try to do stuff by myself too. Collab with people. Like even if you're not shooting that day, I'm gonna spend like 5 hours writing for the next time I'm shooting. So every day I spend at least 5 hours, even if it's a day off. But on a regular day, I'm probably wake up working for 10 hours and then smoke after and probably try to see if I could keep going. Then I keep going.
Okay. Can you tell me what is one of your most proudest moments?
When my father told me he was fine, like Russian parents, like there's nothing you could do to make them proud. It's like you could get 100 on a test, they're still gonna say, "Why not 103? Like, what about extra credit?"
105.
Yeah, but the day my father like said he was proud of me, I think that to me mattered more than anything. That mattered more than hitting 1 million followers. That mattered more than getting a verified check when you still had to work for it. Like,
yes.
all that shit meant nothing. Like my dad just being proud of me, and like just seeing me happy, and me being able to take my parents on vacation and buying them shit like that. That's my proudest moment.
That's tight.
Anything with my family.
That's tight.
Fuck all this clout shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mandatory. Because you know what I mean. The internet is one thing, but real life is most important.
Yeah.
You do this to. You know what I mean? To cater to your real life, to your everyday life.
I'm not going to lie. I started doing skits.
Yes.
For the same reason you do this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
When, right before I started doing comedy, I actually, comedy saved me.
Okay.
Right before I was doing it, I just got out of a relationship where a man was putting hands on me and just doing so much crazy shit. I finally leave him.
But you a fighter. You didn't.
I'm a fighter, but at the end of the day, a man's like really fighting you.
Yeah.
You could, you know what I mean?
You can only do so much. Yeah.
No, I did a lot, but you know what I mean. And then as soon as we break up, he marries the side chick, and then a couple of months later, kill her. So I had a lot of survivor's guilt. I had. Till this day, I feel like I had PTSD and depression from it because that girl, like she was a beautiful girl. It's not her fault what happened to her. It was 100% him, and she had 2 daughters. And I always felt like, damn, it was better off him killing me instead of her because at least she has kids. At least I don't have kids.
You don't have any
like
kids.
Imagine growing up without your mother because her fucking boyfriend killed her, who never deserved her in the fucking first place. Like, bro, but. After that happened, it's like I was in a place in my life where it's like I really didn't I didn't see my life after that. I didn't see myself living. I didn't see a reason to live.
For how long was you like in that moment?
For every day for like
Wow.
every day for like a year.
Oh wow.
And at the time you really feel like this is it, like
yes.
And I started watching a lot of Instagram skits. I would watch, like CeeLo and Prince Z and Daniel and all these people, and that kind of got me. It gave me an escape.
Okay.
So I started doing skits in reality to
Yes.
give that people the same escape because that's what literally saved me. Like me doing that, now I just pray to God. Like, and I still have people DMing me saying, like I wanted to kill myself, and then
The
your
laughter,
comedy kind of
yes.
comedy kind of helped me out of it. So I think the reason I didn't kill myself is because I had a purpose here too. My
Yes.
purpose was to help other people see there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
It really is.
And at the time you don't think, but it is. I promise you. Like, no matter how bad your situation is, someone else is going through something way worse. So,
Yes.
like, think about that before you ending your life. Like, think about who you're hurting. You're not just hurting yourself. Like, you'd be hurting your family
A lot of people.
or your friends.
Yes.
So.
People that truly, really care about you.
So I always looked at it like it was never about the money, which is why I think I became successful at it, is because I did it genuinely, which is why God blessed me and decided to make sure I was good.
That's good.
And so I could keep doing it.
Yes.
So why would I stop ever? Just
don't make
knowing,
sense.
even if I could save one person,
Yes.
that's good enough for me.
And that's all that matters. And keep up the good work, the amazing work. Definitely. It's important. I mean, it's important. And do you still have that guilty feeling?
No.
No?
Because that's not my fault. I shouldn't feel guilty for living.
Yes.
Because that would have, if that happened, that would have killed my father. So I have to think at the end of the day that like I'm meant to be here. That's not how I was meant to go out a different way. It wasn't that. Like, and now it's like, and a lot of females go through that where they're with somebody and they're getting their ass beat every day, and it's like, bro, leave the first time. Don't wait till the 10th time. So all I could do from that situation is learn.
Okay.
So the next time it happened, I left after the first time, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, and you're gonna continue to to grow and keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
I see you have an OnlyFans.
Yes.
How is that lifestyle for you?
Honestly, it's great.
It is?
It's been a blessing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it first came out, it had such a like bad reputation.
Yeah.
And then by the time I finally got on it, I feel like I had some people judge me at first. Like I had other comedians kind of judge me, and these same comedians, like it's crazy how they judge me and then end up doing the same thing I'm doing after they realize, bro, how do you think she winning?
Yeah.
Follow my footsteps. The same comedians that was like, well, it's not gonna fuck up her career. Now they want to get an OnlyFans, right? Fuck out of here. Like I played myself because I should have gotten it sooner.
Okay.
But our problem is sometimes we think like, oh, what are people gonna think of me? The only person I give a fuck who thinks of me is my father.
Exactly.
I think, what is my father gonna think of this? So I'm good with having mine because my father's fully aware.
Okay.
And he's the reason I have any money at all. Because my father made sure to like I have a people handling my taxes.
That's right. That's important.
He oversees all my finances. Like I don't move unless my father tells me. Like if he doesn't tell me to sign something, like me listening to every piece of his advice is what led me to be successful.
That's tight.
I think a lot of girls like they'll make a lot of money and then they don't even pay their taxes. So later on that ends up hurting you even worse.
Oh yeah. Because when they come knocking on that door at IRS,
yeah,
they coming to take things.
But it's been good. I mean,
that's good.
My goal for next year is to make more money off of comedy than I would OnlyFans.
Okay.
So that's what's gonna happen.
So you're doing a lot more skits.
I'm gonna be doing a lot more skits, doing more stand up, and
so you do stand up too?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Okay. You have any events coming up? Any shows?
When I get back to Miami, I'm gonna get my life back together.
Okay, okay. When you plan on going back?
In 2 days.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you live in Miami or you live out here?
I lived in New York my whole life,
Understood.
and I moved to Miami 2 years ago because for taxes.
Okay.
My biggest mistake having OnlyFans is I lived in New York and I had to pay taxes. My first time paying taxes off OnlyFans was like $300K. And my father pushed me to move to Miami because there's no state taxes. And I decided to keep my apartment in New York and move.
Okay.
And I know if I didn't move, I would have been fucked.
So we don't want that to happen.
Yeah. So now I'm doing the back and forth.
Okay.
But I'm trying to do more of a back and forth, like New York, Miami, Atlanta, LA.
Okay.
Because I think
them is the hot spots.
No, because New York is home. Miami's where I have to live. So LA's for work and Atlanta's for work.
Okay.
Like, and fun. Atlanta's my favorite place. Like if I could live anywhere, it would be Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I'll say about Atlanta, everybody got some sense.
Yeah.
In Miami, no one got sense. Everyone's
I've been
drunk.
to Atlanta before. It's different. It's a different feel.
Yeah.
How the people are out there. Yeah. Definitely.
And I used to it's crazy because when I first moved to Miami, I was so depressed too over just the change. And it's like happiness is not a place. It's a state of mind. Like,
yes.
So where I am now, I could be happy anywhere, which is why I'm not closing the idea of like, if I had to move to LA, could I? I can. But 2 years ago, I couldn't.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. On an average day, what do your day consist of? I know you do skits. I know you get up.
Oh, what else?
Yeah. What other than that? Yeah. What else do you do?
I jog.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what do I really like to do?
Yes.
For first thing I wake up, I'm either putting on Vibes Cartel or Popcorn or some old school Dipset. That's how I start my day. Then I do like skits. I'm sorry, but like for me, a day without working.
Yes.
What would that consist of? Being with my family.
Okay.
Any
nice.
chance I get when I'm not working.
Yes.
If my parents are around, I want to take them to dinner. We could go to Bull Harbor. We could go to anywhere. Like, so my life is pretty much work, family, smoking weed, and
gotta have your good. Well, what's your favorite strand then? What's your go-to?
I mean, OG fucking Kush.
Yeah, gotta have that OG.
I for a while I was obsessed with Mac 1. Then there was the Gary Payton phase.
Okay.
But right now I just, I think I just stick to more indica.
Mandatory.
Yeah, and just like worried about like I don't really care about the strain as much anymore because what I do is I'll take 3 strains and mix them and make like super blunts.
Make a suicide.
Yeah. 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 When I have my pre-roll, we're working on it. It's gonna be 3 different strains. And it has to be wrapped in a backwoods. It cannot be a joint because
Okay.
I like backwoods. And this shit gotta have
Okay.
wax and little flakes on the outside. That's the damn homie.
You go hard.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want that, you got to go to Trap Exotics in New York. There's going to be 2 dispensaries.
Okay. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Definitely. Congratulations on that. That's very important. Check you out. You're not playing, huh?
No, not about anything.
Okay. What you got? What's your future plans that you want out of life?
I'm not going to lie. I don't even know what I want to have for dinner.
Okay.
I can't even tell you because I don't. My mind right now, I don't. The only future I see is working, and just family. So, I've never had visions of like, oh, I can't wait to get married and have children. I don't see that anytime soon.
Oh, okay. Because you still working, still going hard.
I feel like I'm just
grinding.
getting started.
Okay.
Like I feel like even though I've gotten a lot done and I'm established, I feel like I have mad work to like. I feel like I haven't done shit.
Okay.
No matter how much I get accomplished, I always feel like I could have been doing more. So I want to get to the point in my life where I feel like I'm doing enough. Like there's no more I could be doing. Like I'm working to the point where like I want to work so hard that even I see it. You know?
So you feel like you don't see it at this point?
I always feel like I could be doing more.
Well, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. So
always.
Right now I'm just worried about improving myself and we'll see where that takes me.
Oh yeah. Well, I could tell you got a good head on your shoulders, so you're gonna be good. Siblings? Do you have siblings?
I have 2 sisters and a brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother went to the army. Right now he lives in San Francisco.
Okay.
For work. And then my sister, one of them just passed away. And then
My condolence. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wow. And the oldest still lives in Russia with my nephews.
Okay.
But because she never wanted to come to America, and now I think they're trying to move.
Yeah. They come out here?
I think they could go. They're going to Israel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we'll see because I'm gonna go to Russia either next month or like 2 months from now.
Going to visit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's like, wait, there's a war going on. I'm like,
That's
dad
home.
But yeah, exactly. That's home. It's like that's like you telling me there's a war in Brooklyn. I'm still gonna go to Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
You know, Russia could sound scarier, but to me, it's home.
No, regardless, that's home. That's where you come from.
Yeah, and my grandma's there. My other family. So.
Oh, okay. How often do you talk to them?
To my parents.
To your your grandmother? Yeah.
To my grandmother, like once a week, maybe.
That's good.
Yeah, my dad 2-3 times a day.
Okay.
We speak. My mom, like every other day we talk. Cause me and my mom, we get on the phone, we talk for hours, like about life, about everything, like.
So y'all are back cool.
No. So when I was 12, my father met my stepmom.
Okay.
Who, he met her, and the first thing he told her is, "I have 3 girls," which was Alina, Victoria, and Maya, me. And then when she met my father, she had my brother, which is she just came out of a marriage, and she had my now he's my brother. At the time he was just Vlad, and she had her son. So when they like introduced us, like, this is your brother, this is your new sister, I was like, who the fuck is this bitch trying to take my dad away from me? And I did everything in my power to try to push that lady away. Everything. And I know she really loves my father, because I would have left. If I fell in love with a man and he had a daughter like me, I'm out. I don't need these problems.
You're like, hold up, you trying to steal my dad.
Yeah. And she was not letting go. She was like, fuck that. That's the love of my life, bitch. And I thank you, God, that you didn't leave, because, bro, I am so grateful. She stuck around, because my mom is really like, she's a good woman. Like, that's who showed me like what a woman's supposed to be. I would look at her. She wakes up every morning. She makes my father breakfast. And then she gets ready for work. Her glam, her hair. She always looks on point. She goes to work in a dress and heels every day, then comes home afterwards, makes my father dinner, and then they sit by the fireplace, have wine. So I always looked at her like, that's what a woman's supposed to be. Always put together, beautiful, and could keep a conversation. Is very intelligent. So if my mother was still around, I think I would have turned out to be very different. I would have looked at it like, looks are all that matters. And, just throw pussy at them if, you want something. My stepmother told me that you got to work. Like, she didn't get my father because she was a damsel in distress.
Yes.
She got my father because he had respect for her.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
And she showed him respect too. So
that's right. I respect that. Who is somebody that you would love to work with when it comes to comedy and skits? Who is somebody out there that, you know what, I'd love to do a skit with this person?
I feel like I've worked with everybody, but
Okay.
I haven't worked with Desi Banks yet. I think he's funny as fuck. Who else? I've worked with a lot of people.
Yes.
Jess Hilarious. I
Okay.
think she's great. I
Okay.
really love her.
Okay.
I have a bunch of people, but those main two. Yeah.
Do you have someone you look up to in
My
comedy?
father.
Well, I know you look up to your. That's automatic.
Yeah,
That's
in
off
comedy,
top.
I'm funny because I have the same personality as my dad.
Okay.
So I think he's funnier than any comedian. Like
Yeah.
he's funny as fuck. So I look up
Okay.
to him. Like,
Mandatory. Just,
but is there any comedians? Of course. Like growing up, I love like Chris Rock, Chappelle, fucking Dangerfield. You know, like so many people. Like what's his fucking name? Jim Carrey.
classic.
Joan Rivers started out doing stand up. And that back then it was very hard for women to do it. And she's never used even, I use sex a lot in my skits. She's never done that. And it's like, but growing up, but till this day, my favorite comedian is Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a classic.
I've seen every stand up, but if I had to pinpoint what my favorite stand ups are, it's Eddie Murphy. Delirious and Raw. But
yeah. Them
Raw
classics.
is the greatest stand up of all time.
Yes, it is. That's a classic.
And then you have Chappelle Killing Me Softly, but Raw's number one forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Any plans to like get into acting, like as far as any films?
I'm doing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Have you been in any films yet?
Yeah, I did like a couple so far, but I've always tried to I think I want to do more writing.
Okay.
Like then I'm more of a comedian. I hate acting.
Okay.
But if I do act, I like the last movie we started shooting, then production had to get halted. I was playing Mark John Jay, the guy that played Lil 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing his girlfriend in a movie. It was a horror movie, and I was supposed to be the only one that died because I was the only white person in the whole movie. But then right before my death scene, they had to stop production for some reason. I was like, fuck, I was ready to die on camera. But that, and then I played a bridesmaid in another movie. But for future, it's like my dream really more is to do more writing.
Okay.
If I could choose between either doing movies or just writing for SNL.
Okay.
I'd rather write jokes for other comedians.
Okay.
I really want to
That's
stick
good.
to comedy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's because you love that lane. That's your lane.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
And if I was to do movies, I'd rather it be a movie I wrote. Something that I could really be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
So
A good comedy movie.
yeah.
And then how you always
I've always wanted to write a really like a comedy about what happened to me. Because you always see the movies about domestic violence where the woman starts learning how to do karate, and now it's like, I'm gonna come get him, and it's like, bitch, that's not real life. I wanted to do a real story about what happened, but make it funny, because at the end of the day, you go through the shit.
Yeah.
All I could do now is look back and laugh. Damn.
And in life, you gotta laugh.
Literally.
What goes on in your life and the things that people go through in life, you definitely gotta laugh.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sometimes to help ease the pain.
Yeah.
That's very important. Okay, that's what's up. Writing is something good. I working on a film pretty much called actually writing it called Unfinished Business, and it's some people would say it's like a typical movie, but it's about a drug lord that went through a lot of different things, as far as being a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
But then, his son, he get killed in front of his son from crooked police.
Yeah.
And his son pretty much end up doing the same thing, following his dad's footsteps. And the same thing happened to his son, where the police end up getting him and put him in jail for life.
Yeah.
You get over 100 years. And in the movie, he linked with someone, and they end up breaking out, escaping from prison. And his boy like, man, come with me, man. We going to the islands. You can come with us, and you never have to look back. And he like, no, I can't go. I got unfinished business. The movie, it's going to be a classic. And his unfinished business is to get back at the police that did what they did to his dad and also did what they did to him. So,
well, let me know if you need like a crackhead or something. I could play a really good crackhead.
No, I got you.
Okay.
I'm damn sure keep you in mind, but it's gonna be amazing though, for sure.
I can't wait to see it.
I love to write. I love to write. Putting a book together, about my life as well, from being abandoned, going through everything that I went through to becoming who I am, and being a suicide survivor to now an activist, for suicide awareness and prevention. And it really feels good to just encourage people and motivate people to want to live.
Yeah.
Because we got young people in the world now, and it's crazy because they kick it under the rug like it's nothing. People are really out here committing suicide, and suicide does not discriminate. It don't care what color your skin is. And they kick it under the rug. And the sad part is we got young people that's actually doing it, 7 years old, 8 years old, and they still don't give it the attention that it needs because they still act like it's not a problem, and it is a problem.
I just seen a story a week ago where a girl committed suicide because she was getting bullied that hard. And it's like, if only someone could have came to her and like said, it's going to be okay.
Yes.
Like,
any little advice.
And sometimes when you're going through things, you try to like Google it, and there's nothing out there, then you really feel alone. But if I was to be able to go on YouTube and see like a show where people discuss surviving instead of just giving up, it would push me to like see that.
And that's
so the more podcasts are, the more places where we could actually talk about mental health. It is very helpful.
It's important, and that's why my show, focuses on mental health.
And even like they push mental health more on women. Like they forget like men be going through it even worse. Like, 'cause y'all keep shit bottled up.
Yes.
And to the pressures of being a man, I don't think people like I don't know how some men do it. Like, it's one thing for me, I have to worry about making sure I pay my bills.
Yes.
But if I had to also worry about paying bills of like, now I have this bitch, so I have to make sure she good. And now we have 2-3 kids.
Yes.
Like, I'm the one that's keeping the lights on. That's a lot of fucking pressure.
Yes, a lot of responsibilities. And as a man, growing up, you're taught not to show emotions.
Yeah, and if you do, it's like you're a bitch.
And
no, you're
man,
not.
you being soft, man. You showing you're not being soft.
You're
and that's what I
soft.
teach people. Like, you're not. You're not being soft. And, even sometimes people, shed tears. And I tell them all the time, man, I shed tears. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's better to let that pressure out than to hold that pressure in, and it builds up. Now 100%. You go in panic mode, and it's like, who do you talk to?
Bro, if, there's nothing wrong with crying, but what I would suggest is never let people see you upset. Never let people see you that way. When you go home, like, do what you got to do. Cry it all out. But I'm just at a point in my life where it's like, I could only like be happy about all the shit I went through.
Yes.
Like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be this blessed right now.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
So I have only.
I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't go through what I went through.
I've cried so many times, bro, and I get to smile now. So it's like, if only everybody could understand that after a while, like, this could be you too. Like, you got to just be able to laugh at everything that happens.
Yes.
And just brush it off and say fuck it. Like,
yes. Because some things are out of our control, and we just have to live through it.
It's just like, for me, all I really need is like my family.
That's right.
And a lot of kids, you get fuck all these other kids. Like, bro, your friends are your parents. These kids is not your friends. So it's like, it's, as long as you have a family. But even if you don't have family, and you just got to understand that it does get better. It do. It really do. Tough times don't last. Good times don't last. Like, life is a roller coaster for a reason. Like, it would be so boring if shit was always good. Like, if shit was good, how would I know to appreciate it? Like, if my ex ain't cheat on me, how would I learn to appreciate this man? If I never been broke, how would I appreciate having anything? Like,
yeah, life is not meant to be perfect.
No.
That'd be too much like right.
But that's what makes it good.
Yes.
Is that it's not perfect. It's like, it's always something, you know, it's like either losing a friend or getting fired. It's like, bro, anything bad that happens to you, you got to use it as motivation. Like, bro, when I first started doing skits, I had one comedian, because I wouldn't fuck him. He tried to tell the whole LA not to work with me. And that just like gave me like the fire I needed to fucking become more successful than him.
Why you didn't fire his shit up?
Oh no, trust me. Trust me, he's a loser.
I'm just messing with you.
I did, but I could, you know what I mean? I had to do it my own way.
But you did my way of you did it the best success.
Exactly. I did it my way of getting back at people is like, you never get to have me in your life again. You played yourself.
Exactly, definitely. You know? I own a magazine called One West Magazine, and during the time when my suicide attempt happened, you know, there was a lot of people that laughed at me. You know, I was 22 when it happened. A lot of people laughed, you know, about the situation, because you know it's like in life, there's people that love you, then there's people that would rather see you down so they can kick dirt in your face.
Yeah.
And I got my life together, got into music, was doing music. Years later, ended up starting a magazine. And it was a trip because the same people that laughed are the same people that came to me and asked for a job.
Exactly. Why is it always like that? The tables always turn.
They do. They turn. And sometimes it may take a little time for it to turn, but they do turn.
Always.
And it was just funny to me, like,
that's
wow.
why I'm never worried, because I'm like, oh, no problem. The tables will turn.
Yes.
The same people that will try you because you're starting out are the same people that are going to be begging to work with you when you become bigger than them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
No one could do it but you.
Like my number, I've been having my cell phone number 17 years.
Damn.
Same number. My other phone, 12 years.
My old number I had for 10 years and I had to change it.
Yeah. Stalkers.
The exes. Just don't give up.
And, you know, when I started doing the podcast, and it was a trip because I started hearing from people that I hadn't talked to in like 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what you been up to, man?
Oh, now? Oh, of course.
I ain't talking to
what's up? It's like, bitch, get away.
You still got the same number. I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to still have the same number.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I said, you must have seen the podcast, huh? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I seen it. I'm just trying to figure out how can I tell my story. What story? Start you a podcast and tell your story.
Exactly.
I ain't talked to you in 11 years. Now all of a sudden, we friends
People
again?
really be crazy, right? Like, who the fuck is you
to
be calling me, asking me for fucking anything?
You ain't even say how the kids,
Not even,
how the grandkids.
Hey, how you been?
None of that.
Not even.
None of that.
That's happened. I have homegirls too that don't even, like, one thing they hate about hanging out with me is that someone will hit them up and be like, how do you know her? And she'll go, hi, how's your day? First of all, the fuck?
Just instantly, how you know her? Like, why? What is it to you, though?
But that's just how people are.
Yeah, true.
I remember the first time I came on No Jumpers, like 4 years ago, this girl that did not even want to do any skits with me, as soon as she see me on No Jumper, started blowing my phone up every 2 minutes. Like, oh, how did you get on there? I'm like, bitch, figure it out for yourself. The fuck? Like, how do you think? I should have been like,
she wanted you to make that phone call.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell her. What do you mean? Like, by speaking?
That's a skit. That's a skit.
Oh, I should.
That's a skit. Yeah. You know what I mean? An old friend calling you, hey, how you get on there?
Oh, you gotta suck dick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then have her, suck a dick in the skit. And be like, oh, you know what? I just made that up.
Yeah, I was like, I was kidding. That's how you not get on. If you suck dick, you're asking not to get on.
You just blew it.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
That's a skit right there.
I was like, wait, so I'm not hired? No, bitch. Go home and wipe your lips.
And spray your mouth.
Yeah, with fucking Febreze or something. Lysol.
Oh my God, that's what's up, loved one. This was definitely a good sit down.
Thank you for having me and opening up your platform to me.
More than welcome. More than welcome to come back anytime.
I'm in
LA. I said, I threw it out there. I've been looking for a co-host.
To talk about. I got problems every day. I got a new problem, so we'll have.
It's all good, but them problems are going to improve.
Yeah, and then when I start my podcast, you promise you coming on?
Love to.
Okay, good.
Love to. That's a promise. Give you my word. Give you my word. And I tell people all the time to grow through what you go through. And one thing, definitely, keep being successful, keep being amazing, And one thing I tell everyone that you can quote, this one you can stand on.
Steal it.
You can have it. You know, a hospital not the only thing with patients. You can quote that. It's OG Suicide in the building, sitting down with my loved one, DamnHomie, AKA Maya.
Here. Thank
Appreciate
you so
it.
much.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.